Wrestling fans, now you too can look as cool as Monty and the Pharaoh by wearing the official Monty and the Pharaoh sunglasses at night for $8.99 each. That's only $8.99 each. Now available at montyandthepharaoh.com.
All right, welcome back to Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast, Monty and the Pharaoh, only seen here out of Indie Music TV. And I got to tell you personally, Missy, thanks for coming on the show. I've always been a big fan of yours. And I got to be honest, I can't blame Jason Harvey for crying. If you dumped me too, I'd probably cry too.
And you'd be calling me, I'd be hanging up.
My life is over. What do I do now?
Tough titties.
There are certain women. We always say this. There are certain women. You reach that apex.
Yeah.
And then when you lose them,
nowhere to go but down.
Where do you go?
Yeah. Where do you go?
You just go hang yourself. I guess.
Don't
He married a porn star, so he really went up.
He what?
Yeah, he married a porn star.
I wonder if it's anybody I know or I'm related to.
You still talk to that guy at all?
No.
Never calls you?
No, never.
Like even with my old girlfriends, I check in.
Dude.
Like, hey, how you doing?
I would want to remain friendly with Missy Hyatt. What's wrong with you?
No, once they're an ex, that's it.
See you later. See you later. Bye.
I ixnay them.
Gotcha.
Block them.
You're pretty tough.
I like it. Wow. I think it's kind of cool. So they go in the circular file.
She's very... What the hell?
She's very matter. You never heard of the circular file?
I got to
down the shitter. What the frig?
Wow. Okay.
All right, let's move on now that I actually know what the hell I'm talking about. You've worked for many promotions, obviously, Missy.
Yes.
Can you compare for me Vince, Paul Heyman, and Eric Bischoff? Give me the differences between these guys, or at least your impressions of working with it. Let's go with Vince.
Paulie is great to work with.
Okay.
Paulie's fun to work with, and he was great to work with. Bischoff, not so much. I had to, when I co-hosted the Canadian show with him, he was the worst. He couldn't wrap up an interview when they give you the 30-second cue and then the 10 and they count it down. He could never wrap it up, and we'd have to do it over and over and over. And I usually like doing things on one take.
Sure.
One take kind of girl. And it was just horrible with him. And then Vince McMahon, I don't understand that a man's got so much money and you want to talk about bad teeth. He's got really bad teeth.
Vince has bad teeth?
Yeah.
What are you going to do now? You going to go eat dinner with this guy?
Yeah.
Really? What are they, like yellow or crooked?
Yeah, yellow and like creepy.
What the
and
hell?
Like, I don't understand it. And he wears really tight pants so you can see his underwear line and his shirt tucked in line.
This sounds horrible.
Yeah, it's a mess.
But Paul's teeth aren't great either, are they?
Huh?
Heyman's teeth aren't that
Now
good,
we're talking teeth? We know Bischoff's teeth.
Heyman's teeth are a lot better than Vince's.
Well, okay, so if we're going to talk about looks, like Bischoff's a good-looking guy.
He is?
No?
Not after what I'm hearing. He's gotten uglier by the second on this show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is not a very good.
Do you think he's like completely overrated? Because the guy's in the Hall of Fame.
He killed WCW.
Yeah. Okay.
He killed it. I mean, it was a $1 billion a year company, and he killed it.
All
he
ego?
Shouldn't be anywhere.
All ego?
Yeah.
In his case, was it just his
it's
ego
all
just
ego.
running wild?
He doesn't know what he's doing.
Wow.
All right, so put Vince's teeth aside.
Okay.
He probably does. You're fired. What do you got?
Now Vince is going to write you and say
well, what else is new? Hi, Vince.
When you did meet Vince, though, was it like meeting a god almost? Like, was it
Yeah,
scary?
yeah. I mean, he was really, really amazing. I mean, when I met him, he was just like, "Oh, you're gonna be a superstar. You're not gonna be able to go to the grocery store, by yourself. You're gonna have to have a bodyguard, all this other stuff." And I was like, "Really? Am I gonna get a doll?" That's all I cared about was getting a doll.
You could have been Lily.
Yeah, he was really cool. I mean, he was really he was kind of a cool guy.
CJ Duncan says out there,
CJ.
Missy is elegant and attractive.
Hells yeah.
Thank you.
Hells yeah.
Look at that.
Missy, growing up, we're obviously East Coast guys, and we started watching wrestling in the late 70s, early 80s, and growing up at that time in the WWF, was a young man, very talented in my opinion, who had much it factor, a young man by the name of Eddie Gilbert.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about
Oh yeah, Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, smartest mind in wrestling. I don't think there's anyone else that's as smart as him when it comes to wrestling. When it comes to wrestling and booking wrestling and giving entertainment and making chicken shit making chicken salad out of chicken shit.
There you go. Was he as
that's the saying.
was he as intense in real life, quote? Because the fans
Oh
only
yeah,
see
he
what they
was
see.
just all about wrestling, all about wrestling. And that's the reason why we weren't together anymore, because that's all he thought about was wrestling 24/7.
Really?
We got a ski boat hoping that would take some of his pressure off of him, and he only used it like twice.
Did wrestling?
Yeah, wrestling.
How do I say this? Was he so dominated with wrestling that he was miserable all the time
Yeah,
from it?
yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Oy.
But you loved wrestling, though. You know.
Yeah, I love the wrestling. I love it.
But it wasn't that.
But it wasn't like I had my horse to go ride and everything. I always have a hobby, like I have a hobby now. I mean, I always had something to do other than wrestling. That wasn't what I focused on 24/7.
So wrestling was more of a job to you and making
Yeah.
money, and you wanted your regular life where he was just totally
All about the wrestling. Yeah.
So his father, right, Tommy Gilbert,
Yeah.
claimed that Eddie passed away due to chest injuries from
Yeah,
wrestling.
he had a big car wreck when he was in the WWE, and he slammed into a semi, and his heart stopped beating from the steering wheel into his chest, and they had to bring him back to life and everything.
So do you think that's what caused his death?
I don't. You know what? I don't know what caused it, but that's probably what could have caused it.
So
Being so young and dying of a heart attack like that.
in your book, though, you say that his father blamed you for a lot of things.
Yeah, and his
What
brother.
was the
They
re-
hate me. They
Why?
hate me.
What
I
is
don't
it?
know, because me and Eddie broke up, and I guess Eddie was sad or whatever and boo-hooed about it, and so,
Damn, you're like the eater of men, man.
Would you?